Well, hello guys, it's me, your boy, Amikin here, and we're jumping right into What It Bell. I'm sorry, I'm too excited. I'm jumping into What It Bell was the Green Ranger, and last time we left off right when, was kicking off, and this episode was gonna be the episode where we start kicking off into original canon series, but there's no canon series like episodes. But before we kick into those, we're gonna kick in a little bit more when he's in 13. So we left off around where everyone started training Ice, and everyone started training, and they trained for half a year and eventually got stronger. Ice, she leveled up to level 8. Such a motivation of getting destroyed, and one of the Amazons kind of being crippled, not really crippled, but like in a coma, I would be mad too. So yeah, and she leveled to level 8, and Meta will level up as well to level 6. Everyone will level up once, including Wolf, who will be as strong as himself as when in the war art, or in the, war against what's his name again? Apollo? Yeah, against Apollo. As strong as he wasn't there. So basically, it's 2, so he's stronger. And, yeah, but right now we're going to kick off with my boy Green Ranger. And the Green Ranger right now, he's like, if you did take my comment and started watching Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers Official, then you should know that there's a place to like the Green Ranger kind of was in for like a bit of episodes in like just like basically it was like this. It's like basically Solitude place. It wasn't that big. It was like a place that can big enough to fit a car. It's big enough to fit like a small. Big enough to like it's like as big as like a garage. It was as big as a garage, but like a little bit smaller and a little bit less wider. But yeah, like that. And it was like a circular thing, and it was like what like how you say it again, like dust and like basically what's it called again, those things that are like clouds that come in. I don't know what it's called, I forgot, but let's just say that right now he's in there, and the Rita and Zeds are planning to do some things, and they tell him, "Grandson, why don't you start practicing your power? You still have lots of potential within you." So, what he does is he starts, practicing. And Rita Raposa and Zed notice that there's just some power keeps sparking on him. They also even notice this in the fight. Power was continuously sometimes showing sparks. Not like lightning sparks, but like sparks of fire. There's a black fire. They notice this. They take a comprehension to this, and then they tell him this. And let's just say the blade, what's it called again? The Sword of Darkness. This sword right here. Let's just say this is Zed's, most powerful sword in his arsenal that he gave to his son. So right now he's gonna give it to his grandson. He says, "Grandson, you are worthy wielding the Sword of Darkness. Why? But you said it can only be worthy of it. I unlock the power of black flames." And they said you already have. It's always been in you. It's already unlocked, but you don't realize it. Then he just focuses and creates a black flame. This black flame is like the Amaterasu flame. Basically like that. But No, because I'm pretty sure the Amaterasu flame. I think the Amaterasu flame is as hot as a normal flame. It's just that it can never like go out. But this time, his black flames are way hotter. It's like as hot as blue flames, even hotter than them. So he grabs his sword dart and trains with his powers. Trains to master his power. And due to this, his stamina has gotten higher. Because it took a lot of stamina out of him just to use the fire power. So he learned how to control. He got a pretty good control of it. But he stayed in there for 3 months, practicing how to use the darkness, his power, and it's like getting good control of it, not mastering it fully, but getting good enough control of it to not expend as much as him, and even giving more stamina. At this point, this is when everyone is at 3.5 years, 13.5 years, half of a year older than before. So basically, this is when another fight got tears with them. Now the Amazon is healing, and since it's half of a year, that should be enough. That's like about, let's just say, 2 months until, and they're starting to. So all the pent-up rage they have, they try and they. This is when Lord Zed and Rita send him out when their monster they created called. Let's call him Crasher. Basically Crasher, yeah. He basically does like what a rhino does, runs towards him, but like in his bag there's like a big bumper, like a car bumper, and he smashes with it. That's defeated. And it's when he comes in like, yeah! And it comes in, the sword of darkness slices eyes. Let's just say eyes knew, since she got way stronger, she knew this was gonna happen. She saw a little bit of it. She was able to dodge she was able to dodge it, but just barely. Even though she did dodge it, she did get sliced though. Many kicks. You know that battle they had, if you watch Modern Warfare, the first battle they had, the Green Rangers versus them, that's what they have. And the Green Ranger is getting excited. He's battle hungry. Even though he has power, he doesn't have the experience. So the battle, basically, let me say this. They started to say, this time we're gonna beat you. And he's like, sure about that. I've gotten stronger, I see. But not strong, because I also gotten stronger. So Wolf runs at him, pulls a punch at him. He dodges the punch, sweep kicks Wolf. Wolf, with managing to do a backflip, tries to kick him. He catches this, grabs his arm, and throws him. And then eyes come to at blinding speeds. With his sword, he dodges. They have an intense battle. And the Rangers start to help eyes, which is pushing him back. At this point, he's still using 2% of his power, but he's much excited that they're gonna make him use more power. So he charges up, and Green Aura starts to radiate, and he's like, no one's ever. Let's see if you can handle 5%. Then he turns up to 5% of his power, quitting his speed. And now, all the Rangers and Ice. Now, at this point, Ice is using Gario, and she keeps upgrading it. He's having an all-intense battle. And this is when Ice tries to hit him, and then he just, bro, I'm doing something. Get out.
Hey guys, I'm making a video today.
You.
I'll put the Power Ranger. let's talk about the White Ranger.
Shut up, okay?
The White Ranger of Dino Fury. Let's talk about.
You're so stupid.
You're so stupid.
It's Dino Thunder, you idiot.
It's Dino Fury. Let's talk about the.
That's it. Just shut
Turbo Ranger.
Shut up!
Oh my God, bro! You wanna get smacked?
Just shut up, okay? Leave. Sorry about that. You're gonna ruin it! It'll make yourself useful and watch my video. See if it's good. I already posted it.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did it. This is my second one. You wanna see it? How awesome it is? This is by putting it to the ground. Now we'll see. Right here, the Green Ranger. Watch it. Watch it. You'll like it. Oh, guys. I see how kind of it was. Yeah. Get on the probably 8 or 9 minutes. Just watch it, okay? So basically, I'm gonna skip a few things, but I'm gonna do a few things. Now you see it? Got Oliver, who was Bell's father. No. Hey. Let's get to the good parts. He's launch and very ooh, this is my favorite part. And he grabs. This is the part that I left off. Well, a couple minutes or a couple later. I want just listen to it. Grabs it. Yeah. And because it's pent up rage, he doesn't really care. Even though he doesn't know them. Put the rage of his sword on, he doesn't really care. He punches to break his bones, and because when he got punched, he broke his hand. When he broke his hand, he took a quick 3 seconds to crush even more, even though it was already broken. More pain to his hand. Sorry. And he went up and tries to deal with the best of her abilities. And this is where I just comes with his sword doing aerial. But for the way, someone shut up, bro. Look, it was a really good video.
7 views.
See that? Some views.
Wow.
And it's on. I just posted it yesterday, Tom. It's gonna get more, you know. Alright, guys. What's up, guys? Sorry about that, guys. It had problems. So where we left off is when my boy just fought them, and he was fighting them, right? He was fighting them. His eyes did try to hit him with a sword, but he dodged the sword, dodged it, and then used the sword of darkness and slices her. And I say, and then because his eyes was the main strongest in that group right now. Main strongest. That's the reason they were getting pushed. So now that she's like on the ground, like she stumbles back, he's just gonna start destroying them. He tries to hit him, saying, "I'm stronger now, I'll be able to defeat you." He catches the punch, and this time he says, "Can't believe the dog. You know what, dog? Maybe I should leave you with better injuries than last time." So what he does is he breaks his arm, like in the last video, but crushes it even more. And then what he does is that he basically, when he breaks his hand and then crushes the bones in it, he's tightening his grip on his arm, even though it's already broken, squishing it. And then what he does is when he uses his hands right there, he punches him on the stomach, right? But this time he punches him. This time, since he's using 10% of his power, 5% of his power, he's strong. No, yeah, 10% of his power. So he's stronger, making more bones than last, and even injuring some of his limbs. And then he punches him in the face, breaking his stone and breaking some of his jaw. And then he punches him again, face breaking to make him almost unrecognizable. And then he sweeps him, and then he stomps his leg on my boy Beta's leg, crushing it, and continues crushing it. And Mary uses her magic attacks at amazing speeds to go faster. But since my boy had 10%, he summons his dragon sword. Dragon dagger with his sword of darkness, dodges them both. Then using the buff of the power creative lightning above, hitting her, almost knocking her out of her form, but she's still in it. With the last of her power, she's the biggest watch she's ever had. Using his, using his dragon dagger, he does whistles into it, creating a shield. But also using his sword of darkness to boost the power of the dagger. Then he just runs at her, then punches her so hard, knocking her out. Isis got up right now, and she sees Wolf, literally Wolf, like kind of on the ground, breathing heavily. She sees Reveria basically knocked out, and blood splattering out of her mouth. And her and she's like almost about to die. And she sees Beta on the ground, even in pain. And then she even sees this is when the other Amazon has been waiting, sorry, surprise attack him, but he grabs her by the neck, then slams her to the ground, then grabs her by the hair, then slams her again, and grabs her again, and throws her up in the air, and does a spinning kick to her face, sending a massive shockwave because he put a lot of force into that. Not much to make her kill her, but enough to make her almost her face. Slamming, crossing a big like that in the mountain, because they were fighting in a mountain. Let's say that mountain shrieking. This was Ice gets even, and then she uses her full power, and this is when they start fighting. For about 3 minutes into it, they start fighting, and Belle's being excited because she's using more of his power. I'm saying because AI is at full power now, it made him use about, like I said, he's using 5% of his power right now. It made him use about 7% of his power. It's exciting. His power. But he's absolutely destroying Eyes, though. He's putting up a good fight, but he's destroying her. And he fights her for 3 more minutes, and she's on the back, and she's almost almost out of breath. And he's like, I'm bored. Actually, I'm starting to get bored. This was fun for a little bit. You got stronger, I can see. Not strong enough, can kicks her. Does a uppercut. And then there's a spin kick to her basically ribs. Creating a big explosion when it hit the Amazon. Like this this is the explosion you hear. And this is my best shockwave noise. That's my best shockwave noise. Right there. That's what it sounds like. And he just... And they're almost knocked out. But this is when Rita and Zed had the permission. They told him this is the right time to kill them. And he's so excited to do so. He just literally says, sure, dude, using his charges up his lightning attack to, he jumps up in the air, right? Really high, and just summon and attack to pull them to bits. But also, but it would take a bit. He's charging up his attack. Let me ask you more. Shouldn't his attack just from summoning and be strong enough to kill them? he's trying not only to kill her, but to kill the coins as well. Because the coins are really durable. Really durable since they're created from the, what's it called again? Basically the Speed Force, but just the Zord Force, whatever. Charging up for like 30 seconds, shoot! But Zordon at this point says enough, and he says, "You have to have me," and they tell him, "Destroy it, don't destroy it. Call it off." And he's about, so he's like, fine. And then using his dragon sword, he just resummons the attack back into him. Because he can do that. He can like that. He can like reabsorb his power, his own attack. He transforms back into Basic Bell. Basic Bell. And this is the time I should tell you how Bell looks. He looks different. Different, I say. Looks different. Sorry, guys. Try to search this thing up. You see this guy right here? Which, this is how he looks. But this is how he looks, right? This is how he looks. But just pretend the blacks. Just pretend the pinkish, like shirt he's wearing is green. Pinkish shirt he's wearing, or like pinkish shirt he's wearing. Pretend it's green, but everything else is the same. So this shirt that's pinkish, pretend that's green, and all of this that this person is wearing is the same. Just that this pinkish shirt is green. That's how he looks. That's how he looks. So he's like, and then they go talk Zordon, and then Zordon explains everything. Then Zordon comes up to the palace and says, "Why you do this? I never did anything to you, Rita." And they say, "No, Zordon, you're dead." Okay, I might be asking, wait, why is Rita like working with Zed, even though that's not her planet? Because it's saying Zed's planet and her planet were allies, and Zordon's needed, some of, Rita Repulsa's, planet to be, their armies to be kind of destroyed. So they destroy their armies so they won't interfere with their conquering. Which made both of them mad, and then because of the anger and rage towards Zordon, they started talking to each other, and then blah blah blah, everything happened. And he's like, "I never did that." And then Zed has like a bit of like a full, like a holographic, and shows everything. Zordon's stunned, and he's like, "I never knew what happened." They asked, "What? Never knew?" And my boy is right there, like just doesn't even care. It's like, and they have a whole. Which I'm going to explain this later. Explain this whole conversation in the flashback later. But this is when we skip to my boy. So in like 5 minutes, and they're like shocked. And they asked, he said it's like, "Grandson, you have no need to get revenge around them." And he's like, "Well, Uncle, it doesn't matter. I'll still true. You don't even know." He's still, and then Zordon even says, "I'm sorry. But actually, I couldn't interfere. Then how are you here right now?" And he's like, "Because right now my boy Zordon is in the body. This body is not an order. It's a robotic body. His consciousness was transferred into his body, but because of him consciousness being too powerful for this robotic body, it's slowly breaking." And he tells him that. He says this body was created about 2 days, a month ago, when I decided to make a body so I can come and talk with you. This body can't hold me, so I couldn't interfere because I can't. I was in this basic tube, only showing my face, my consciousness, memories, no body. alright then. Why did you do that to my father? And he's like, I'm sorry. And this is when there's one scene, we flash back, which, to when his father tells him, the words I told you that his father stated words before he died. These words were, my son, if it doesn't matter if this person did anything wrong to you, anything bad to you, you must not hate them, because they're not truly the one that is at fault for this. People or humans, anyone can make mistakes. Anyone. And you always have to forgive them, because they show what true people they are. So he forgives. So we end the flashback, and he forgives Zordon. And Zordon's like, why not you join the Rangers' country? And at this point, my Babel's anger is a bit lowered, and he kind of feels sorry for, like, destroying the Rangers, like, 2 times. And then, a month later, and the Rangers are all healed up now, because their injuries are even worse than before. But in that 1 month, the other Amazon is starting to show signs of almost waking up, so yeah, they're excited. And then they meet him, and at this point, I'm not going to lie, when Ice looks at him, she is blushing. Like, big boy blushing. She's, like, really blushing. Like, a lot. He's blushing so much. She's blushing, but no one notices. But everybody's like, he's so hot. And he's like, I know, but I couldn't say this, but let's just say, she's just too hot that your emotions kicked in just for a split second. And she's like, I'm gonna just put my mind for now. And he's like, sorry for destroying you guys. Maybe I could teach you to use your powers. And he's like, sorry for the misunderstanding. Hope we can be friends. And then they ask, why not you come to Orario, become a venture, and join our familia. And he's like, why not? But I won't be joining familia. Why? He asks why. Loki would love to have you. And he's like, I'll watch this. But there's one person in particular I would like to do that. Like to join. And then in a month he packs up his things. And at this point Amazons woke up and then he even apologized for breaking and putting her in a coma. So he's like sorry, basically. So this is what we start into the main anime series right now. So at this point my boy he's like really, and this month he trained his black flames even more. And let's go. Oh guys, I got kind of scared for a second. I'm gonna give this minute for 5 more minutes. I'm gonna get to release episode 1